Good morning, Audrey. It's Tuesday, June 14th, and I was just rewatching your last video about music, and I was thinking, wait a minute, music is a drug. It's a legal drug, and it's the drug of sophisticated, non-druggy people, but it's a drug. I know it affects me that way, like I would expect a drug to work. Like when you're at a party with a bunch of music, especially if you're playing music or participating in the music in some form, or at a concert, you feel totally different and part of this weird group whole thing, and it just gets in your head, and you're just like, ah. You like the flails, so I did some more. I do the same thing, actually, sitting in my room with the lights off, listening to music, although I've also been writing while I do that, because it turns out that a lot of times I write my best stuff in the middle of the night. But all that music stuff was really interesting, and I did not know that Einstein even played the violin. And just to set the record straight, I do not listen to Hannah Montana or Justin Bieber. And I know you know that, and I know it's a joke, but for the one other subscriber we have, that's not the two of us. Right now, the top things in my iTunes are some of the stuff from Ben Folds and Nick Hornby's latest album, the Dr. Horrible soundtrack, the Decemberists, yes, a couple things by Muse, and Erase This by Alan Listewka and Luke Connor. So listening to music can obviously be a really transformative or affecting experience. And really, music is not just music, it's a whole, listening to it puts you in this, well, mental state where it's like an atmosphere, like you're going, that, any given song has this whole feel to it and stuff attached and makes your, do you know what I mean? Like you listen to a certain song and it has like a flavor, sort of. You're immersing yourself in that flavor and it makes you see things differently. There's this really great Colin Firth quote, let me find it. When I'm really into a novel, I'm seeing the world differently during that time, not just for an hour or so in the day when I get to read. I'm actually walking around in a bit of a haze, spellbound by the book and looking at everything through a different prism. Colin Firth. And I think that applies to music as well. When you are listening to a song that has that flavor or have just finished listening to one, you're feeling totally different about whatever. And I think that's really interesting, as it happens to me with books a lot, but music has this whole extra dimension, because it has words, but it also has sound, and a lot of times that's more powerful. So yesterday morning, both of my sisters left. They're going to be gone for 2 weeks with my grandparents, so I'm an only child for 2 weeks, and that's really, really strange. The house has been really quiet in the evening, with just me and my parents. And I'm all by myself during the day, trying to entertain myself in the best way I can. So I didn't feel like trying to do that yesterday, so I invited Emily over. And we spent 5 to 7 hours playing Diablo 2. It was awesome. I've been playing that game as long as Sarah has been alive. And she's nearly 12. So here's what I want to know. You have brothers, but they don't live with you, so you kind of are an only child in the sense that it's just you and your mom. How do you deal with that? How do you not go bored out of your mind or just resort to watching Netflix obsessively or playing Diablo for hours upon hours on end? Because I think that's might be what I'm going to do this afternoon once I finish this video and do some writing and find a new book to read and stuff. How do you not go crazy? I start talking to myself when I'm alone in the house. I'm talking to myself right now! I mean, at least I have the camera to so I can pretend that I'm talking to someone. But no, I'm sitting in my room, talking to my computer screen, and at least that's somewhat socially acceptable, but I'll probably narrate the making of my lunch today just to hear the sound of someone's voice. That makes it sound a lot more neurotic than it is. So that's what I want you to talk about in your next video. How it is to actually be an only child. And so I'll see you on Thursday. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say.